on the clock on the 11th. And I want to know, what are you doing, Group 7? It's late at night. We're almost crushing. We're almost crossing the threshold to the next day. Confirmation. So what are you guys doing? I clearly have had a lot of information since the last reading we did. And that's why I decided to come back and figure out how is this mental clarity that you guys want so much going to be achieved. So I want us to just get to know each other a bit more. I know last time I said I was curious about finding out more about you guys because, like I said, everyone's always watching me. I want to know what it's like to watch all of you through the astral realm, of course. I think before I begin, I might as well go ahead and just paint a picture for you about where we're going tonight in the 11 gateway, where we're crossing over into. I trust that you guys have seen a lot since our last reading on the 8th. Now remember, these readings are timeless, and the reason why they're timeless is because I'm opening portals on specific days at specific times, which allow you to access the messages that come up during the reading whenever you need them. We talk about all that stuff in the Starseed University series here. So just look for that playlist. But right now, hi Paul, welcome in. We're just about to get started, but first I wanted to draw a map of where we are going in the astral tonight so that you don't get lost, because that's the last thing we want to do. So let's draw the map before we read. I'm good. How are you, Paul? So Paul, have you ever been to the astral realm before? Well, this is how you get there. Now I am reading the chat, guys. When I'm writing, I'll be looking at the page and then I'll answer any questions that you might have. So I'd like us to use a diagram to orient ourselves. So first, we are here. I'll reach over. This is where we are on the physical realm. So let's put a nice block over there and say physical. Now, after the physical realm, we go up to the ether or the etheric realm. I spell it like that. Okay, then once we enter the etheric, we can cross over into the astral with the astralites. Now in the astral, that's where everyone who lived and passed away is in there, as well as things that you don't even know exist, like Greek mythology. All those people are in there. Then we need to go to the mental. The mental plane is where the thought forms live, or the egregore. Okay, excuse my spelling. So the thought forms or egregores are the ones that control the world. Whenever you think, why are these groups of people doing something? It's because it's coming from here. And this is where our group 7 thought form is. Now, the name of this thought form is called, should I tell them? Okay. The name of this thought form is Seth. Now, as I explained in the last one, thought forms represent millions of people on Earth. But in this realm, it's just one thing, one person, one entity. But over here, it could be 10 million people, it could be 20 million people, Then this is where I come from and where you should come from. Lumania. Lumania is where Jesus is. It's the land of light. When God said, let there be light, we came from there. Same time, he said, first there was nothing, let there be light. Bang, we're in there. There is no time, so we're still in there right now. I'm in there right now talking to you over here. From here. You are also in here. Then finally, well, not technically finally, but first is the Father. Okay, the divine masculine, the one that you feel when you have that energetic rapture moment. And then we have expansion beyond that. So we have the physical, the etheric, the astral, which is your land of dreams and visions. And then you have your etheric, which is where all living people are right now. People who are alive now and people who used to be alive in history, they are here. So we can call this the mythology realm. Giants are in here. The Nephilim are in there. And then here, of course, is us. Materially, let's say. Okay. At Scribble Bites, we like to scribble. Hi, Ash. Didn't see you there. Okay, so Night Game is a astral reality gateway. So whenever you play Night Game, it immediately connects you to the astral realm. Because did you know that the Earth vibrates at 7.8 hertz, which is theta? And did you know that your dreams also exist in the theta brainwave realm, which is between 4 to 8 hertz? Now, whenever you listen to my music, I use all of this technology in it. That's why when you listen to my latest release, you'll hear yourself being pulled into here in a very explicit way, as opposed to the other records, which are a little bit lighter. So, you can drive and study while you listen. But what we're doing now is from here, as I read the cards for you, Group 7, we are going to float into the astral realm, therefore having influence over the etheric. And when you have influence over the etheric, remember, this is the land of mythology. So all of ancient Egypt, all of the Fae folk are in here. And the Fae folk are the ones who control or build reality. They actually shift reality. So if you can connect to the astral, then you can make friends with the fae folk. I call them the folk. You can make friends with the good old folk, and then they can, help you do what you need to do without, all the galaxy static that can usually come into play. So, how do these three realms affect what's going on here? Well, we need to always think about what Nikola Tesla told us about frequency, energy, and vibration, because your body is the vehicle that we are using to transport ourselves into the astral realm. And that vehicle moves with frequency, energy, vibration. So up here, this is the highest frequency. Well, we could rather put it over here. Let's put it here. High frequency. Keep it simple, silly. Okay, so here we have a high frequency. A high frequency talks about the amount of times that you are repeating a thought or holding a belief. So the Father is at the top because out of every single thing in creation, the Father believes in divine providence every single minute of every single day. So the Father's frequency is the highest. The energy created by that frequency creates an action, which is what happens in Lumania. So the energy is an action. Let there be light was an action that used energy to create us into the star soul gate in the center of the Milky Way that comes out in physical reality that we can see as the Cygnus galaxy or the Cygnus constellation with our bright star Deneb. Now, when you look with your naked eye, you can't see Deneb or you can't see us inside the star. You can see the star, but not us. But when you travel past the astral, then you can see actual egregores living as frequency. It's beautiful. Now, that image that you see of what's going on in the mental is coming through the astral because the mental is frequency. You can't actually see it because it's almost like a sound. Now, I want you to think of a melody to your favorite song. Don't sing it out loud, just think of the melody. Your ability to hear a sound in your head without saying it, that is coming from here because that's black sound. Just like a black light, black sound comes from the mental realm and it influences your thoughts, which influence your feelings. This is just a quick breakdown. We do hours and hours of this in Starseed University. Then this has to do with vibration. And vibration is the sustained and continued action of the energy, which is created by the frequency 369, 1, 2, 3, or a triquetra. Then these three come down here and do the same thing. So what we're doing now before you begin is you need to learn that here you'll be holding vibration by watching and listening and just loosening up and getting into the groove of things. Okay, so hold your vibration, focus. Don't worry about the etheric. We will naturally cross over here as we get the messages from the cards, group 7, and then when you get to the astral, the father will be waiting with some messages of what are we doing, what's happening, what can we do to get what we want. Okay, group 7, let's begin. So I want you to take 3 deep breaths while I shuffle the cards. So just think about what it is that you want, what it is that you are doing, and what it is you can do to expedite the process. Make it smooth, make it easy, make it fun. Breathe in, breathe out, and remember to hold in your breath to activate your unconscious mind as we travel. Okay, guys, give me the first card. I want to get an accurate frame of what Group 7 is doing. What are they working on? Just generally, what are they doing in a card? Let's see. Okay, I want to do a spread today. Let's do a fun spread. Okay, you guys are all you're very high on self-expression, I see. Okay, let's just this is making my Virgo sensibilities quite stressed out, guys. But it looks like it's all over the place, but it kind of has a kind of order to it. So I'm going to go with it because this is what I'm feeling for Group 7. Okay. Okay, let's see. First of all, let me just look at this shape. You know what? It reminds me a little bit of Siriu, the Eastern dragon. Is that right? Siriu. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. So I'm getting, when I think of the East, I think of tea. This idea of tea keeps coming up. This idea of letting plants talk to you through ingesting them as a tea. Letting the alkaloids in the tea create subtle atmospheric changes in your internal environment in order to give you more mental clarity on what you're doing. I'm also getting a sense of you guys are walking. You want, yeah, You guys, you like doing things a particular way. You like going from A to B in a straight line. But life has thrown you a couple of curveballs, And now all your stepping stones, all your plans have been messed up, or so you think. What I'm seeing is everything is still connected. It just came out horribly to what you expected. But what I'm sensing is that you actually have everything you need. You just have to sort through all of the galaxy static in the world that's making you feel this unease because of the disorder. It's almost like you are watching the disorder in the world and then projecting that into your situation, and you are seeing your steps as disordered, but actually they do follow an unbroken connection all the way to the end of where you want to go. So let me draw the first card and see what's like, why is it like this? Or how are you coping or dealing with all of the hardships, the confusion? Not even confusion, it's just like you've had enough. What is that word? Hung up. Madonna. You're hung up. Okay, so let's see, what are they gonna do because they hung up? Yeah, it's a mess. I feel you. I 100% feel you guys. Yep. Oh boy. Okay. Five of Cups. We're really getting into it, aren't we? Okay, so you guys, I want to just say I feel honored to be talking to people who are represented by this card, because when we look at this card, I want you to take your mind to the way you judge in life what's good and what's bad. I want you to take yourself to your spirit of discernment in relationships and how you know who to trust and who not to trust. Because when I get the Five of Cups, in looking at what you are doing, what I'm getting is it's almost like you've halted everything, or you've put everything on the back burner just so you can never ever be hoodwinked, scammed, tricked ever again. And this card shows me that you've built a ton, and you are building at the moment a ton of systems and maybe defenses or even methodologies that will protect you moving forward. I'm also sensing a focus more on financial independence through relationships, because you want to be able to enact your law how you want to do it. You don't want to be subject to other people's rules. That's what this card says. It says, I don't want to do what I don't want to do. I want to do what I want to do, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. So help me God. And in order to do that, you have to lay firm boundaries. And sometimes people don't like that. And you, being a group 7 on your spiritual path, continuing from your past life, as we discussed in the first video a couple of days ago. Again, these are timeless. But because of all of that, you feel bad whenever you have to say no to people, because you feel like you are not being giving or spiritual enough or kind enough, or you're not being a good Christian because you just want to go sleep and you don't want to talk to anyone. But what I'm being told is your development of this harshness that you are now bringing into the world is the judgment of and to the world for everything that they've done. People are always waiting for Jesus to come back. He's coming back through you being yourself and doing the things that you feel from the Father coming to you to this realm, even if it doesn't make sense. Remember the story of Ezekiel. He had to lie on the floor for 90 days or something. That made no sense. But it does make sense because he was doing it to make a point that just like you, when you tell people no, you don't want to do something, you're not hanging out tonight, you don't have money to go to the bar, but you do, but you just don't want to go, whatever. When you do that, you are proving a point, which is people only want you for their own purposes. They don't want you for you. They want to use you. They want to cast you in their movies and make you their puppet. And what I'm saying is you are doing good by enacting this harsh, severe attitude or whatever you're doing here that I'm seeing with the fire and the snake, which reminds me of the seraphim which dance around the throne of the Lord saying, you know, hark, the angels sing. So you focus on that. And if people try and challenge you, I want you to just remember that you are creating something, and creation takes a ton of focus. And if you break focus, or if you end up in a situation where you cannot complete your mission, like I explained earlier, egregores are one being in the thought realm, but on Earth, it could be millions of people. It could just be 10 people in your street. But the point is, if you don't complete the mission, all of those people are screwed. So please do not be, too hard on yourself. Don't feel guilty for taking your 5 of cups, telling people to F off, and setting boundaries. You're doing well. Well done. Now, let me look up what your experience has been since you've been telling people to leave you alone. Okay, I want this one. This is your experience. Good. So you have been getting more ideas as a result of protecting your emotional space. So these ideas that you've been getting, I'm getting a sense that it's not like you just want to be alone for the sake of being alone. I'm getting here that you're meditating, because I'm getting a sense of divine spark energy coming through you and giving you the push that you've always wanted or needed to make changes. Because what I'm being shown is someone, you, who has had a lot stored up in them, but because of, I don't know, this need to please, you've been giving all of that away. And now that you have been setting these boundaries, you're noticing that you're getting a lot more connected, divine inspiration, which is making you feel great. I'm seeing here that your experience has been isolating, but it's also been very invigorating. Some of you have even been connected to different you've been connected to different ideas. Oh, okay. So you're getting different ideas. Now think of thought forms as if they're people. You've been meeting new thought forms lately. You've been dabbling with different ideas. I'm getting a sense that even you're not religious, but you definitely have a Christian vibe. And you're probably not even sure if you're allowed to be watching this and playing Night Game. But this is a game. Can't Christians play games? Of course they can. And in this game that you're playing with yourself, where you're trying new things, you're actually learning that everything you were taught by these people that you've had to cut off was kind of just designed to keep you where you were in that role. And now you are breaking out and you are, what's the word? Holding your own more. You are, I'm seeing this picture of Moses holding his staff. And it's not just a staff, of course, because he can transform it into a serpent at any moment. So it's more than that. But other people just see a staff. But you and I know that can turn into anything. And that's what you've been getting. You've been getting ideas on ways of how to use your experience in life to turn that into gold, to turn your situation into gold. And I'm getting a very positive feeling from it that you actually do have ideas and that you are on the right track. So now I just want to see how determined are you, because sometimes, you can be quite one track minded in terms of wanting to achieve what you want to achieve. You can be exclusionary to everything else. And the only thing that was really holding you back was that emotional tie you felt you had to people, some kind of responsibility to bring them up the ladder. But that's something everyone has to do on their own. And now that you're getting these ideas, you're like, oh, well, I didn't know it was actually going to work. Now what am I going to do? So that's what I want to see next. I want to see what, okay, let's put everything in the middle so you can see when I'm taking something. I feel like you guys like see everything. Oh, again, from the first reading. So isn't that interesting? Because in the first reading, this card came out as telling me what you wanted to get. And now I'm seeing that the way you actually came to this point then was by cutting off, unnecessary connections and relationships. And then you started flirting with these new ideas, new modalities, and that's what brought you to me. So, what I'm getting here is that your sense of determination, the thing that I connected to so much in the first reading, your just hard work, your discipline, that's the thing that will carry you through to your dreams. Because I'm getting a sense that you have the ideas, but you're not sure if it's actually going to happen. You're not sure if things will turn out the way you have imagined them to be. And it's not because you're not good at what you're doing, it's because it seems like you feel there are too many gatekeepers, too many hoops to jump. Some of you feel like you're not pretty enough with the Venus. Some of you feel like you don't have the right family connections. And some of you just feel like, dare I say it, that the Father and the Son and the Spirit are against you. I just want to say that nothing could be farther from the truth, Group 7. You are beautiful, and your life and your steps are ordered so perfectly that it is virtually impossible for you to take a misstep. And if you do, they will all come in and help you, because we've got the spirit and matter together complete, working for your benefit. Now, there's always a method to my madness. So when I was explaining the frequency, energy, and vibration, I was alluding to the spiritual aspects of matter before they are grounded in reality, because you still have those three things, but it's a fourth thing, because now it's no longer this amorphous, misty spirit. It's a physical, real thing that you can stand on. And you've got that. And that's what gives you the drive. That's what makes you believe you can do it. And that's why you keep going every day. But I do sense the fear and kind of the tiredness of, oh, how long? How many more pentacles do I need? And I'm curious to know what you guys are working towards. So let me see. There, this is what you want. Aww, cute. Put that straight. Okay. You guys like things just so, don't you? My Virgo 10th house is like, whew. Okay, Queen of Pentacles. That's what you guys have imagined for yourselves, and that's what you're working towards. And that's the thing that you think other people might stop, or you gatekeepers, you're not pretty enough, whatever. Okay, so this is what you're actually determining for. Now, this is good because it tells me that you just don't want to be rich to show off. It's telling me that you want to be rich so that you can help people, so that you can do things that match how you feel. Because whenever we get the Queen of Pentacles, I get the sense of somebody who is radiating, not outwardly, but inwardly. Why? Because they no longer have to struggle in the outside world trying to make ends meet, or satisfy the kids or the husband or the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend, the neighbors, the this, the that, the society. You have enough money to say F you to everybody and then go and radiate internally. That's why we have this etheric. Whenever you see black and white, think of the etheric realm. Some of you might even dream in black and white. That's the ether. So when you have tons of money, you get to, and as the queen, you get to go in your internal world and imagine, what color should I paint my walls? What curtains should I get? I mean, some of you are even thinking of like redecorating your bathrooms and your rooms, your spaces where you relax, your living room. You want to make it feel how it feels in the astral realm. That luxuriousness that you were so used to from your past life is radiating through you from the etheric, saying, yes, this is what you want and you're gonna get it. Time travel dictates that everything that has ever happened and is gonna happen has already happened. Therefore, you already have it. And it's confirmed that any fears you might have are just that. Because your expectation has been met. Your dream naturally follows on. Even though all of this looks like a mess. So beautiful, Group 7. So fortunate to be reading for you. So, well, for us. So I want to find out why you still doubt. I mean, in the first reading, it said something about you don't believe magic is real. You are more inclined to believe in facts or what you think are facts and worldly knowledge. And so that's the piece that was kind of keeping you from mental clarity. That was the first reading. But we determined that you've done that, you've got that. So I'm just referencing it for continuity. But I want you to just realize you've got that now. You've got the mental clarity. You are who you say you are. You are real and you exist in these multiple dimensions. You're a multi-dimensional being. And so the message we're getting from the astral is that you are royalty. You expect to be treated as such. But what makes you different and why I love your energy is that you're not doing it for external validation. You're doing it for inner peace. And that's a very, very, it just feels so satisfactory. It feels like satisfaction. It feels like something that can, you know, when people say money is the root of all evil, it kind of makes you worry. Like, am I making the right decision? Or am I ruining other people's lives by just giving them all this money? And am I cheating destiny by just jumping the line from A to B? But you don't have to really worry or think about those thought forms when you are the Queen of Pentacles, because you are focused on creating beauty with your money instead of a king, which, yes, creates beauty, but more wants to, yeah, we're not going to talk about the king, we're talking about the queen. So that's what you do. You hold on to the energy, guys. We're going through the astral reality gateway. So focus on what you see. So yes, as the queen, you are radiating inwards. You are bringing your imaginations to color instead of the other way around. I think it's beautiful. But I'm still sensing some of you don't believe me. Let me get a clue. Ooh, that was aggressive. Aha! That's why. Because you're asking, but where's the money? I've got the money in the vortex. I've imagined it in the astral. Vic Ailey, version 3.5.7. I've seen it. I've luxuriated it there. So now how do I get that money out of the astral reality, out of the vortex, out of my vision board? And how do I bring it to the physical realm? Don't just show me the schematics and tell me, yeah, just climb up this ladder, Jacob's ladder. No, show me how to get the money out the dream, the vision, the fantasy. Okay, I hear you, and I'm gonna do that. It's just, let's lock in. We're doing it right now. We're locking in to the astral so you can grab your money. So whenever I see this card, it seems to me like you believe in goodness. You believe in Jesus. So very good. Because this is a card of giving. This is a card also of receiving. And I'm getting a sense, because I asked the question, why don't you guys believe me? And it's coming out that you don't believe me because you're waiting for someone or something to happen that will give you the resources so that you can then do everything else. And what they're trying to say now, okay, they don't want me to jump the gun. Okay. They're saying focus on why they think they need something from someone else. and it's related to the 5, they say. Oh, because you guys were scared that when you started telling people you want your private space and private time, they were gonna turn on you and not give you any reason. So someone here is getting some kind of resources, or they think, oh gosh, oh, okay. When you guys, when Group 7, in your past lives, you were the priests, you were the disciplined people, you were taken out of society. We talked about that the first time, right? So now you still have that sense, right, of that moral compass, always being seen as doing the right thing in society. And you're still holding on to that. So when you had to start being more assertive, you weren't used to that. And also, you lived off donations as a monk or as a priest. So you've been getting money from people or resources in the physical realm. And so now that you've taken your mantle up as this king, queen, this astral, into your astral kingdom, you were afraid that as soon as you started asserting yourself, you weren't afraid. I thought in the beginning you were afraid that you were going to just, piss people off. No, you are afraid that you will lose some of the financial benefits that you have by being so open and kind and caring. Isn't that interesting? Now, isn't that interesting? And it's almost as if you are scared that you will sink into darkness if you aren't like a priest all the time. Some of you are even scared of like superstition. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of superstition with this. A lot of superstition around getting and receiving. Yeah, they're like not giving and receiving, getting, receiving. Like you think that there's some formula you have to do in order to receive. My goodness. Group 7, we need to fix this because we need billionaires from Group 7 in the world to clear up the madness that's going on. That is the judgment of the world. It's that Group 7 takes over. It's been done, been judged. Now, I'm here to prep you guys for the takeover because this is it. So I'm gonna dispel that with the next card and say, no, you're not gonna lose anything just because you have taken your original soul path and merged it into this physical reality. Because look how many pentacles have come up. Your money is in the astral realm. So come, let's fetch it. And this thing is all shuffled up. So I'm going to tell you the truth. Yes. Forget what you know. So you think you're not going to get anything because you're going your own path? Well, I said I'm going to tell you, go your own path, and you will. Because this man has so much faith, or this person has so much faith that he is walking into the water. Now, I'm going to go deep because now this is the threshold. Remember I said we're going to the astral and I was waiting for our sign when we're going in. And as we reach 50 minutes or 5 on the clock, we are entering. Let's bridge all of this. So in the astral world, there are creatures in the ocean. Some of you even dream about them, right? The giant snakes, the rainbow snake, the green snake, the crocodile, the alligator flying above the water, etc. So in this image, the crocodile's not about to eat the man. The crocodile is the man's ancestor. And the man is walking into the ocean, into my marine kingdom, the marine kingdom. And they are going to find their new home. Because if your money, if that's what you're looking for, I see in this, your comfort, let's say, is in the astral realm, then you need to go and live in the astral realm. Now, that doesn't mean you leave the physical realm. No, it means you shift your consciousness to the astral while living in the physical. And that's why I showed you that stuff in the beginning about brain waves, because it's really easy to do it on Earth. Earth lives in the upper end of the astral frequency. That's why people get obsessed easily. That's why people watch TV and they think it's real. That's why people are susceptible to advertising and subliminal messages, because we live, the earth moves at 7.8. You cannot escape that. So what we're saying is, why not use it to go to a better place, and then from there, direct your vehicle here on earth. And that's what we're getting with this card. You're being invited to walk into the marine kingdom, into the astral. And when I talk about walking into the marine kingdom, it's not about going to make any deals with, it's not what people have told you on earth. What it means is you go into your room, you shut the door by yourself, you sit on your bed, you close your eyes, and you connect to your family. Where do you come from? Who are your parents? Who are your grandparents? Where did they come from? And even if you don't know any of that information, ask the questions, and whatever comes to you, that's your astral family. There's no ID books in the astral. It's whatever's there's in there, which is everything that's ever been here. And it's everything you could even begin to imagine, but not finish imagining, because there's more. So when you want to go to the astral right now, which we are in a very protracted way, we're taking the scenic route, clearly, you just connect to those questions. And you'll start imagining yourself. The ethers, the etheric wine, the water will start moving the universal milk down to you so you can drink. And the key is you don't question anything. You just keep going. You get your notepad and you take notes. You'll figure it out later. But when you go, you receive the images. Because what we're doing is you are getting yourself into the frequency of receiving. But if you can't even receive an image, a vision from your own DNA inside your body, then how the heck are you going to receive all this money? Huh? If you can't even imagine, how are you going to do it in real life? So with this card of the Fool, this dog is your guide, your guardian angel, and this is your ancestor. And you are happily moving into the astral realm to find what it is you want. This card is about air. And air is about thought. Thought is a energy. It's not a frequency, it's an energy, because a thought moves. A thought moves. It makes action. Okay? And the action it takes is on the spirit. You can think of this as like pure frequency turning into energy. Okay, let's say that again. This is you turning your frequency that you fought for over here by meditating so much into energy, pure energy. And since that energy does not yet have a tangible form for you, instead of you doing what some people on earth do, which is, yeah, they get the energy from the frequency zone, but then they expend it in a million different ways on earth and then see what sticks. You are not going to do that. You're going to take all of that energy and not share it with anyone. Five of Cups. You're going to keep it for yourself and jump into your astral world and share it there with your astral family, because they're the ones who've been giving you ideas and supporting you. You've been alone. You've been through the mud and the dark. And all those voices of hope have been coming from here, from this crocodile. So yes, do not be afraid of this. Some of you even dream of these. It's very common. It's usually green. It's your ancestor who likes you, because you have some ancestors who despise you. So it's very important that when you're focusing, you only call the ones that like you. Okay, so you use your name and you talk to people who like you throughout all dimensions. Don't just be general. Okay, it's called the fool because you pretend or you act like a fool. Never pretend, always act. But you're not, because you've clearly packed a bag. And this bag is your knowledge that you've gathered so far. And you are innocent as a dove, but wise as a serpent. And I love that we've got that staff here again, because this is reminding me of Moses again and how he crossed the Red Sea. This is your, with his ancestors and descendants. That's exactly what you're doing now. You're getting ready to cross that sea, and it takes faith, because Moses didn't know. Well, he did know. But I mean, if you were watching, you'd be like, how does he know the sea's going to open with all these millions of people behind him and the Egyptians trying to catch him? Faith. He did it, and he was a murderer. So you definitely can do it, because I know you didn't murder anybody. So don't come to me and say, I can't do it. I'm not Moses. I can't do it. I'm not Paul. He was also a killer. If they can do it, trust me, you can do it. You have the chops, and I'm going to prove it. What are your chops? This is something that you've got already. Let's see. Oh, of course. You're good at focusing, my guy, my gal, my girlie. You're a genius at focusing. The fact that you're even watching this. Focus. The fact that you even think about these things is so much focus. Your ability to not be distracted, and it's astounding to me, because you know when you go on a date with someone and they're always being like humble, but they tell you like a little bit of stuff, and then you Google them and you find out a lot of stuff, and then you're like, why didn't they tell me this? This is the story. This is what I'm feeling like with this card. I'm feeling like, why don't you guys tell me this? Because this is the story. And the story is your energetic pattern, your unconscious mind. You are so good at focusing it. And again, we have Moses' staff. So I'm definitely, talking to you, Group 7, and you are definitely locked in now. Because this is like you, This is you going into the astral realm, but now you're in the ether because the hermit represents the ether. So it's like we are literally going from earth to the ether, then to the astral. This is beautiful. Let's move this up here a bit. So I love this. Like I said, in the etheric realm, it's black and white, and this card is heavy on the black and white. Now, like I said, when you go, you have your ancestor with you. Now, this dog who was here and this crocodile have kind of transformed into this serpent. Now, the serpent is representative. The reason why I always say snakes and crocodiles, alligators, dinosaurs are your ancestors is because they represent that very, very old part of our evolution. And so it's normal to find them in these lower worlds because they've been here the longest. But then it also means that in the upper worlds, they've been there a while, even before the longest time, in order for them to have come down, right? So when you are going on this journey, you are literally walking through the ethers right now as we cross the 1 hour mark, 1:01 on the clock. 11:11:11, depending on where you're watching from in the world. But I mean, your focus, your skill, the thing that's going to get you what you want, guaranteed that you can bank on, is your focus. I'm being told that you are known in the foundational realms of Earth. A lot of you, I'm being told, work a lot with mythology. I'm getting ancient Egypt, I'm getting the Celts, the Druids, I'm getting the Tuatha De Danann, I'm getting, oh, the Greeks, and I'm getting Rome. I'm not really getting Mesopotamia and all of that. It's just mainly Egypt, when Egypt was really lush. I see fountains and springs, oases. And then with the Druids and the Celts, you were there when they came down. Ireland, yeah. You're also, yeah, Ireland, Scotland, Germany, Germanic Vikings. Yeah, you guys are very, very deep in the mythology. Venus in the Romans, Aphrodite on the Greek side. You know all of that stuff. That Isis and is Inanna, is Aphrodite, is Venus, is Brigitte, is Frigg, is Kali, is, you understand all of that. So you know your energies, you know your gateways. You've mastered that you have your earth badge, your gold star. Well done. And it's your incredible connection to Pluto. Yeah, you've really lived a lot of lives. You've died a lot. Your connection to Pluto is literally what your connection to Pluto is what protects you, I'm being told, because you are not scared of traveling these worlds. And it's almost like your hands Your hand, I'm getting your hand gives towards things you like. Okay, that's your focus. You only watch, do, involve, react, give, participate in things that you find to be beautiful, that you find to be good. You're not the type of person to go and argue with someone over something you don't really care about. You're not the type of person who says a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. You know when to quit. Okay. Okay, that's what I'm getting. And not only do you know how to quit, you have the ability, you've gained the ability already to master the material realm. I'm getting that it was easy for you. I'm getting that even as a child, you figured out life pretty easy. You've always had this inner light. You've always been concerned about goodness and taking the right hand path. And a lot of it has to do with wanting to bring the energies from the upper realms that you know of down to earth. Because this hermit, he's not just going for the sake of going. He's going to bring something back. Yes. Now this symbol here, not even. It's just drawing my attention because his light, his lamp, it's giving me a sense of you're good at, it's almost like you're good at judgment. And it's going back to that 5 again. I don't know why that's coming up. Because I'm getting the idea of like someone who, if two people are telling a story, like King Solomon, like two people telling a story and you have to figure out who's telling the truth. That's what this is giving me. It's giving me like a trust but verify this. So I wonder what that means. If you know in the comments, please tell me, what is this Hebrew letter? But for me, I'm getting that sense of you just good judge. You're a good judge of character. Okay, you know what's BS and what's not because of that time alone. Okay. Whew. This is a very powerful group. Okay. I'm so honored to be reading for you guys. It's so beautiful to be walking into the astral with you. Okay, so this is your amazing, amazing, amazing ability. Things you've learned. Let's see what else we can find out about this. Ooh. So I'm being told, so we're literally meeting the angel at the gate. So this is our gatekeeper at the gates of the astral reality gateway. This is it, guys. We're at the gateway. And I love how we went past water, right? This is where we want to go. That's where our money is. We went through the water. Now we were in the ethers. Now we're at the end of the ethers at the beginning of the astral, right? Because we can see this is where we go from the unseen world or from the seen world to the unseen world and vice versa. And at every single gateway, there's always an angel there with a question. And this beautiful angel is taking spiritual power or light and filling the lower vessel or the lower mind vessel, or rather, let's say, the reflective aspect of your mind with this, I call it universal milk, with this universal milk. And so the question that you're being asked to contemplate here, let me just ask what the question is. Let's see if we can both intuit it. Okay, are you ready to allow the light into you? Are you ready to hold the light? Are you ready to receive? In order to receive, you need space. You need to be empty so that the full cup can come down to you. This is alchemy. This is integration, not from two separate sources, the above and the below, but realizing that you are now one because of the universal milk, the water. You're being asked, can you flow like water? Can you flow around every single obstacle you think you have, both physical and non-physical, so that you can embody the spirit of who you are while still being on earth, being silver? Because when people look at you after this, they're still going to see you, except those of us in group 7 who know who you are. We can see you. But they won't know that you've just been filled from above. So the question you're being asked is, can you receive that and then hold on to it when you go back? That's what she wants you to know. And this angel is, representative of the divine spark, the divine will, that pure energy. And you're not begging, you're not asking, you're not saying, please, can I come through? It's not like Earth, guys, where you have to beg gatekeepers to come through. Here it works with vibration. So as soon as you're in it, your vibration will take you in immediately. You don't have to go to a freak off or anything. It's wonderful. That's why we love it here. So here they want to know, can you take the beauty of your solitude, and instead of telling yourself, oh, now I have to go back to the real world, can you take it with you into the real world and integrate it? It's all about integration. And I don't know, they're giving me this idea of having, you know how actors use a prop so that they're able to connect to a scene. There's this thing where they say actors always have to have business. So if you want to act in a scene, you should be doing something. so that you're not focused on the words and you're not focused on how you're acting. That's what I'm being, given here. That imbue a prop, take a prop, and make sure that you imbue that prop. When I say imbue, I just mean think of it as a magical object by imagining it to be either a wand or some relic or artifact from your astral, like an astral key in a sense, and carry that object with you as you go out into the world, so that you'll always feel that connection. Okay, okay, let me put that clearly. So you're going to go in, they're saying, you're going to find an object in the astral, you're going to bring it out with you, and then that's going to be your object to remind you for 7 days, because ultimately you're going to do this without any objects, because you're group 7. You don't need to wear black robes and draw funny symbols on the ground and point knives and chant to the east, to the west, and say the same thing over and over and over and over again, bowing up and down 10 times a day. No, you just speak and you get it. That's how you operate. And if you try and do those other methods, they will come down on you. They will rip you to shreds, because you do not work with mental prisons. You work direct with the divine. So don't play games of chanting and always wearing certain. No, you can wear anything you want. You can go anywhere you want. You can use any modality of magic that you want, because when you use it, it's sanctified. When they use it, it's evil. And that's why they pay for it, but not you. Did you guys hear that? Okay, we're going in. They're waiting for us. If you hear anything around you, don't pay attention. Just focus and keep going. You have the mental fortitude to do it. Okay, so you can trust the process and you have been let in. I'm being told that the reason you are able to come into the astral is because you never give up. You always keep going. Again, look at this. 9 of Wands and the Hermit. Okay? You are a master of concentration. You are so good at connecting yourself to your past life skills and talents and abilities. Oh, you didn't see the 9-9, my bad. There we are. 9-9. You are super good at focusing your attention. You are super good at dreaming what you want to dream, or rather imprinting your ether so that you dream dreams you want to dream. I see you flying. I see you seeing stuff on TV and being like, oh, that's cool. I want that car. And then you dream of yourself driving that car. That's the thing I'm being told. That's your gateway, your pass almost, is that they really, really like you in the astral realm because you don't give up, because you always keep going until you figure it out, and you always figure it out. And that's because you have this deep connection, a direct connection, a direct pillar to the Father. So it's super duper, and no one can take that away from you. It's super duper locked in to Earth. And I always say wands are like flowers. They talk. So again, go and make sure you are eating right. I want you to make sure that your gut microbiome is right, because someone with the Nine of Wands, that mental strain, thinking a lot and getting over stuff, moving on from traumas, or we don't want to use the word trauma anymore. Let's use the word mystified, mystification. Moving through your mystification. I learned that from Cleo Ra. Moving through your mystification, you're getting acknowledged. Mm. You're getting acknowledgement for the way you were able to transmute some very dark energy is what I'm getting. Yeah, this is taking an interesting, because something very, 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 very dark happened to you. And this darkness, this thing, you were able to land back. That's what is so shocking. You were able to be so peaceful after this happened. And they know this happened in the astral. We're in now. Because that's the first thing they're showing me about you. You went through something like, I think you need the FBI, is what I'm getting. Like, Group 7? What's going on? You need CIA? You need someone. Or you needed someone, not now. You see, in the astral, everything's happening now. So I'm seeing like SWAT. I'm seeing Shamar Moore in SWAT coming in. What were you guys involved in? Okay, please tell me in the comments. Cause I'm seeing a whole movie over here. My gosh. I'm seeing like wind blow. It's like, you know, those supernatural shows when they in the face off with the big bad and there's wind everywhere and they're holding hands and the glass is shattering and they're saying the spell to save themselves. That's what you guys went through. But you were able to transmute that. So I'm glad we can laugh about it now, because that was harsh. But somehow you were able to release that from your heart and integrate everything you learned from that, which is why you're allowed to come in. You see, that's the thing people forget. People who try to steal magic, they don't want to transmute nothing. They just want to come in here. And then when they come in here, they're not known nor respected, and then they have nightmares, and then they come on YouTube and they say, don't do Kundalini rising, don't read tarot cards, you'll go crazy. No, they went crazy because they didn't do all of this. They didn't get this on their welcome into astral. They didn't get this recognition. This tells me you are a mental boss. Not only do you act on your intuition that you get from the divine, you fully believe it and you can recover from it. Some people cannot recover from the things that we see. Being these star beings. So I'm extremely proud we're in the astral. So let's go in, guys. We've taken our first step. Let's just go in. Okay, so they're telling me they want to unpack this a little bit. They want to make sure that, yeah, okay, I'm getting told they're splitting the energies. So I'm going to take 2 cards, and the 2 cards will show me, yeah, okay, what happened? Like, what happened? Okay, okay, they want me to use this hand. Let's mix and mix some more. Okay, let's go right down. Okay, let's go here. Take our time. Aha. Okay, this vertical thing. Okay, so that's the one about this. Oh, I know. I think I know what you did. Oh, can you see? Okay, I'm taking this one. You guys want to see everything, don't you? Okay. So I'm being told that this situation you're being recognized for, this mystifying situation. It happened because you were impatient about something. You didn't want to wait for something. I'm getting told that you were rushing. Because you are such a hard worker and you're so determined and you really don't like wasting your time and you're always on the go. You don't like hanging out with people if it's not about business, if it's not about moving things forward. So you are all about go, go, go. And when things slow you down, you get super duper annoyed because in your mind you expect that you are free because you're no longer meditating on top of a mountain like you used to in your past life. Now you're here, you have money and technology, so let's get things going. But life is always going to be life no matter which place you're in time. And things take time. Circumstances have to be right, regardless of your situation that you're in. So, what I'm getting with this Slipindu, the hanged man, that it's not so much about waiting, it's about flowing, and it's about being flexible. You want to be like water. You want to not try and go through obstacles with this. And I'm being told what you did was you tried to overcome this. And that caused huge conflict between your destiny and like God. Like he didn't like whatever you did. Not that God didn't like it now. Mm-mm. But that path wouldn't have worked. You were all, it was in conflict with your destiny. That's a better way to put it. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So they're saying, look, you made a mistake. It's okay. It's difficult to always have to be subject to the forces of the entirety of creation because you exist at such a high vibration. That's just natural and that is difficult, and they acknowledge that. They also just say, when you feel that, just surrender, because whenever you're being asked to wait, you're being pulled into your world of relationships. So whenever things don't happen, you need to go back inside and think about, okay, which relationships do I have that I can lean on in this moment? not necessarily, let me put it in a better term. So, for example, say you're applying for a job and you're tired of waiting to get it. Go and hang out with your friends and forget about the job. Go seek out emotional stimulation so that you're not constantly thinking about your place in life in relation to the divine. Because I'm getting that a lot of you use things like that to judge existential questions. Like you go, oh, I applied for the job and it's been 5 days and I didn't hear anything. It's because I was mean to that man. I didn't open the door when he came in and he had crutches. So now God's punishing me. So now I have to go do penance so that I can get the job. And then, oh, look, I got one. That means God likes me now. And then you went there and you made a boo boo, made a problem, a big problem. You see how that can get you into trouble. Whereas if you just said, oh, okay, there's no job, I'm going to go to the strip club and have emotions. Whatever. Just go feel whatever you want to feel. We don't judge here. We discern. So that's what happened. And so that lack of patience led to your rash behavior, which was not necessarily in alignment with the Most High, and you had some fire. 5 of Wands. That's a fire. I'm sorry, but that's a fire. Whew. No wonder they let you in here. Because you know. See, these 5 over here. Yeah. They're like, let's tell you. Yeah, here he is. They're like, that's why we're giving him. Or her, whoever you are, group 7. Because this one has been through the fire. That's why they stable now. Because they've been through the fire. They standing. Look at that. You're standing on that. Most people don't have this. That's why you can just come in and go and blow all their houses down. Because they think they have it, but they ain't got nothing. But you've followed the commandments. Eventually, you repented. And now you are free. Group 7, I love you. You are like my definition of the perfect person. Okay. So now let's see what the astral beings have to say for you. So who's coming? What gifts are we getting? Let's see. What's our present? They like, yeah, I want this one. Far away, rare gift. What's this? Yeah, right there. Yes! Oh my gosh, this is so fun. I like this job. Okay. Our present is the end of Satanists trying to kill us. We beat them. Oh, I love you guys. Guys, they'll never touch you from now on till the end of days, which is never. So you're free. I need a drink. I need a celebratory drink. Group 7? Group 7? Group 7. Come through. Group 7, you did it. What in the world? You guys are not like them. You're not. Okay. Let's unpack this. I actually want, I need some water. Hang on. I'll do one better and have some brown tea. Group 7. Group 7, you beat the devil. Do you know how epic that is? You beat the source of all evil. You beat whoever it was that was trying to come after you and control your mind and make you think reality is. This is what I'm getting. Someone was trying to upload you to a virtual reality simulation that did not exist, and you beat them. You downloaded yourself out their game, and I'm being told you are now. Ooh, they're saying you're gonna download other people out just by being you, but they're like, don't jump the gun. Celebrate the fact that they vanquished the devil, the source of all evil. And I'm getting that was a huge moment for you. Like, of course, I'm getting enlightened just by being around you. And I'm getting that you really, really went through. Guys, it was bad. I mean, when I saw FBI and SWAT, this is bad. Now the devil is here. So you guys fought, but he's gone because he's upside down. So in the astral realm that we are at, there's no devil here. We are fine. I'm gonna look in on where are we, because we could be in the marine kingdom. We could be in the air, in the heavens. We could be in Elysian on the earths. Yes, earths. There are many earths. Yeah. We could be in the fire, the salamanders. Anyway. Okay. I'm just so excited we beat the fucker. Okay, so it's the end of obsession. You were able to get control of your impatience. I want you to look at your Mars sign and see where your Mars is. Because whatever sign is there, if you know, I feel like that's the thing that you used to transmute this evil. And whoever tried to get you, it was their fundamental ignorance of these things. Because I feel like the devil tried to trick you using something that you saw coming a mile away, like a very basic trick. And the reason is they didn't know who you were. And they've been doing this to people for years, decades. And you are the only one I'm being shown who escaped. You are the only one who escaped. And you didn't just escape, you escaped and you vanquished them. I don't know if you did it then and there, if you shot them and ran over. I don't know what you did, but Moses also, you know. So whatever you did, good for you. They deserved it. Even the astral is saying, yeah, no, they're not coming. Oh, those people are finished. Okay, I just want to see, is there anything more? Because I'm also being told you're not celebrating this enough. You're not aware. You're you're not aware. You're aware, but you're not like celebrating this enough. You need an actual part. Okay, they say you are going out or you're going to have a party in called the Devil is Dead party. Something like that. Where you basically celebrate. Ooh, that's fun. I'm being shown people doing a fake funeral procession with with all the stuff that was involved in whatever you went through, and you're literally doing like a fake funeral party or procession or whatever, and you're burning stuff and like releasing, like writing down, burning and releasing stuff like that. Absolutely, like use the devil's powers against him, burn him, because that's where he deserves to be, or she. Okay, well done. I like it. I do. I really do. And I'm also being told that the people who were trying to get you were trying to use your intellect and your skills, your language ability, something like language, to trick you into believing this simulated reality. Something out of simulated reality. It's almost like you were on a film set, but you were the only person who knew you are, who didn't know you were on a film set, and everyone else knew and you didn't know. And they tried to block your eye. They probably um they probably did dream work on you so you didn't dream, and they tried to cast illusions, glamour magic, casting charms, throwing charms, and making you see things that were fake. When I say that, I mean someone pretending to have money when they don't have money, or someone pretending to not have money when they are the biggest thief of them all. That kind of thing. Okay. Also, let's see. You're free. These people are free. It wasn't just you. There was. Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Oh, apparently these people only worked on your etheric and astral, tried to get in your astral. They didn't. Okay. They didn't. They worked on your etheric. That's why you couldn't see. They also worked on you in the physical, obviously. Um, okay, good. And since they can't get to the upper realms, I'm being told their magic was never ever going to work on you in the first place, because you have access. That's how I started with that schema or schematic, because you are so far up above them. There was no way they could ever get you. And people who do this kind of thing, they wouldn't even care to go up there in the first place. And if they did go up there, they would leave behind their devilry. And so it's a very safe system. And you are in the safer upper echelon. So don't worry. You're good. No one can stop you. I love this. Okay. So this is the gift you're getting. Devil is defeated forever. So you can do anything you want, literally. You can literally just, like I said last time, you can do double jeopardy and nothing will happen to you. It's like even more confirmation. You can, if you know the movie Double Jeopardy, you know what I mean. So go do it if you want to. Ah, so I'm being shown that because of your new gift, you now have been given never-ending wealth. Let's cover that bastard. Okay. You are forever rich. And I love that, the concept of as above, so below applies beautifully, because remember we got that queen that imagine yourself to be, that you want to be, of pentacles. And I was saying how the queen is focused on building her inner world and building making her imagination come to life. Whereas the king, now that you are in the astral realm, this is where you show out and show off. This is where you do everything. Like, I see you balling in the astral realm. You're literally like living in luxury. All of the things you dream about in your lucid state, those are all the things you're doing in the astral. You're radiating it out continuously. And that's why sometimes people on earth will see you and they'll just come up to you and start talking to you because you seem like someone, that guy or that girl. Like you just have that thing. And I'm being told it's because you have that unlimited supply of confidence coming from your stability in the astral. You're an astral king or queen. You actually have a kingdom. Now I represent the Marines and the air kingdoms, the heavens. And so that's why I was welcoming you into the Marine. But you're being asked to connect to what your kingdom is. So you need to find out, based on that schematic I showed you earlier, where's your kingdom? Where's where are you spending your luxury? Like, are you in the earthlands making bounty out in the sun, or are you by the water on the mountainside, guarding the ships coming in? Like, what's your thing? Or are you up in the heavens delivering messages and sending light and distributing light to the astral? Or are you in the fire? Are you sustaining the energy of the astral? Like, what is your role? These are the things you're being called to think about. Now, I find it quite fascinating. I'm just looking at the shape over here and I'm seeing, I'm seeing this path coming out. There's a clear path coming out here. And a definite bridge. Because I feel like this is connecting. Well, this is connecting the sides. So maybe let's keep that connection and rather come here. Okay, let's move these in. Just so you see. You guys want to see everything. I feel like you guys were scammed a lot in your lives. And now you need to see it all. And I really don't blame you because I would do the same thing. Whenever someone questions you and says, why are you doing that? Be like, why wouldn't I? You don't know what I've been through. Say that. Okay. So let's get another one. So you have unlimited wealth in the astral. Plus you killed the devil. So I mean, come on. Ooh. This is what you're afraid of. That you're... It's that question again. How do I get this out of the astral world and bring it here? Because this is telling me, because now look, we've had 9, the Hermit, we had 9 of Wands, and then when I come to the card of, okay, so the person is rich, so what do they think is the problem? What is their issue? It comes to the lack of belief again. It always comes back to faith. And you're being asked to use the same faith that you used to escape that horrible horror movie situation you were in and believe again. Let the relationship come to you. Someone is doing something about a relationship and you need to stop. Let it come to you on earth now. This is the wisdom from yourself, your king. You as king or you as queen is saying, my son, my daughter, me, I know you've been hurt and you don't have faith or trust in humans anymore. And you don't even think you can achieve your dreams on earth because you have seen so much evil. But you beat the devil. You're here, you're alive. And this has ended. This is in the position of things that have ended. And this is in the position of things that are forever. And I know you know this intellectually because, again, we're dealing with the subconscious realm. But do you act like it? You know, I'm not saying just go and meet random people and just do whatever. I'm just saying make sure, look out for not blaming new people for the mistakes of the past. That's very, very important. Yeah. And I'm getting that you know it. It's just, and you had nightmares before in that old situation, but now you don't. And they're like, no, they know. They're fine. They know they're 100% safe. It's just they need to act like it now because they have a whole kingdom watching them. They have a whole kingdom talking about all of this. They respect and trust you because of this defeat. And so, why wouldn't you get what you want now? This thing has ended. Your dreams not coming true, you working, and then things stop or not fail, or it's ended because you killed the devil. Amen. So now let's look at your process. What's a good process for you? Or what's okay, so yeah, you're good on that. Yeah, let's go. I like going for the ones that, are hidden almost. So now, this is your victory. We're in the realm of emotions and desire and instinct. And we are dealing with the suit of mind, but in a place that has to do with emotions. So your way of dealing is, it's almost like you're able to take your emotions or and turn them into written work, into some form of art, some form of something else. You transmute it. You have the power of transmutation. And I'm being shown, let's focus in there. I'm being shown that you are very skilled at, this is where I'm getting the transmutation. So you're able to go up and down Jacob's ladder. Whenever you feel shock or pain or trauma, you run up and escape. And then when you come down, you're able to turn that into something that can connect you to other people. Because sevens are all about connection. And it's not just any type of connection. It's a connection where you're not doing it for money or profit. You're doing it for the sake of connection. And so when it comes up in the suit of swords, to me it's about making mental connections. I told you we read tarot very differently here because we're playing a game. We're not reading the future or divining. Okay, so yes, this is not going to be the traditional meanings you used to seeing on other places. Group 7, you're special. Okay, we have special things for you. So yes, you connect with people and you use your experiences. That's your process. Like you take the darkness, you transmute it into something usable. And along the way, I'm just hoping that you are taking time and, to appreciate yourself for what you've done and not just working, 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 working. Um, you need to celebrate. That's why I was like, have a party. Because this skill of yours is going to come in handy. It's going to play a big role in what's coming. And so let's look up here again. Ooh, what's coming? Well, oh, you did this. So you want to know if your plan's going to work. I can hear you going, wait, Fikeli version 3.5.7, hang on, but is my thing going to work? Okay, let's go here. Let's just see. Ooh, what's this? Oh, well, I think you know. Yeah, yeah, like a casino up in here. Yeah, you've got the spirit. Group 7, you're really something. Wonderful. And yes, let's work together because you guys have the best cards. Your stuff is going to work. I mean, you saw me pick that out from the bottom in a messed up pile. And that's the message they said at the bit. No matter how messed up you think your life is, you are fine. Who are you guys? Hey, group 7. You have, you have this fire, passion, intensity, and determination that people in the astral have already gathered around you because of this thing that you've done. And just because you can't see them in the physical realm, it doesn't mean they are not there. There are people there in the astral, angels, high beings, because we're dealing with wands, that are fighting for you. They are protecting you and your creation. There's something that you do that only you can do, and they are just tasked with protecting that. You have an army when you go out, basically. And they don't interfere with whatever it is you're doing, but they definitely protect you from interference and galaxy static. And it's coming through from the highest realms. Because when we see it coming out as wands in the astral where we are, then we know that's the highest vibration. Remember in the beginning, the highest frequency coming down. Because wands is spirit, It's like Abraham. It's Father Abraham. It's Seth. It's like your intentions. You know what I'm getting? If I had to compare you to the people you fought, you are like blameless. You are faultless. You've done things and whatever, but compared to them, you are like an innocent newborn baby. And that's why you have so much protection, because you are innocent. You don't do anything. You just sit on your bed and meditate, and then things happen. You don't do anything. Here, you have a very pure soul. It's easy. That's why I was saying, I want to work with you. Let's do something, because you are so honest. Okay, so let's just take care of that. Yeah, I told you guys have protection. No one will get you. No one's gonna, if they try to come after you, this is what they get from the astral. And you know what this does to you in the astral, huh? Good. Yeah. Just to finish that bitch off. Okay. Yeah, nothing's gonna touch you. You're fine. You're being protected. We're protecting you, they say. Oh, trying to come up in here and steal my group sevens. Not even steal, they can't steal, trying to hover around. And look what they get. I don't know what you guys went through, but whoever tried to touch you, there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. This has been such a fun reading, so let's keep going. Let's keep going deeper. What, like, what's the big revelation? Let's find out. Like, what's this thing that you need to walk away with, that you're just gonna get it? Like, that's gonna implant in you. Come on. Like, lift up my group sevens. What is this thing that's gonna make, oh, let's bring it in so you can see. You all like to see. Okay, what's this thing? Let's go. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you guys, it's like I'm getting a sense of, because you're so pure, you can't really be bought. And because you've meditated so much and you're such hermits, you've discovered a lot of things. You're not like people who get amazed by manifestation. You don't get amazed by people telling you the future. You don't get amazed when you see magic in real life because you're just so used to it, that I'm really getting a thing of, it's going to have to be something personal to you in order for you to have that switch, or that switch you think you're looking for. So maybe the wisdom is it's not a switch. Let's see. Okay, that feels clearer to me. You're not looking for a magic bullet or a switch. Looking for a stepping stone. There it is. The stepping stone. Your jewels. You have been through this before. You have such a strong backbone, and you cannot stand people who are spineless. And time again, you've gone through the same thing where people always seem to end up betraying you. And your intuition has been the one thing that has kept you safe throughout it all, because your intuition is literally words coming from inside your head telling you what to do. You have nothing else to go on except that. And where most people would just listen to what other people say because they don't trust that inner voice, you stand there and you stand up straight and you trust yourself. That is what they want to celebrate you for right now. It's not something that's going to make you go, oh, wow, now I know what to do. They're saying you already have it. You already know what to do because you do it in the moment when you come up to it. So we are not afraid of giving you anything because we know you're not going to abuse it. We're not afraid to put you in the big rooms because we know you're not going to go to the freak off. And if anybody did invite you, you'd shut that stuff down. In a clever way, of course. Like you are the devil. The devil will never come to you again because you'll ruin his business. And so they're also saying, don't go looking for the devil because now you think, oh, I'm invincible, but you are invincible. But they're saying you can just enjoy it now, have fun, instead of, you know, making that your identity. Defeating evil all the time. You can actually go and have fun now. We can all see you are who you say you are. I trust you, Group 7, and I'm just verified that you are who you say you are. I'm being reminded again of that black sound I talked about earlier, following that frequency. Your intuition, that voice, that sound that you hear in your head without it actually being produced. That's what you learned out of this, that you have access to non-localized consciousness. And that is what they want you to bring back here. When you come back, they want you to listen to what's inside you. They want you to literally, I'm getting an image of someone taking out their eardrums and throwing them away. That's what when you're on earth, they're like, do not listen to humans. Only listen to your intuition because it exists in different places and the people on earth, on TV, do not. So would you rather have information from one person or from 5 people in different vantage points? Rather have 5 people from different vantage points. And you're already good at this, so there's nothing you need to practice. You don't have to do any magic spell. It's already inside you. Just believe. And I'm being told that you have a feeling about something. And this is what they're saying is going to connect the bridge. So let's see what this feeling is. There's something that you've been hearing inside, but you're like, is that me or is that God or am I just trying to do it? Hi, the Art of Pain, welcome in. Welcome to Group 7. So I'm very happy that you caught this because that means you're in Group 7. So we're just getting to the good part. This is what you wanted to see. Yes, I haven't seen you in forever as well. I've been traveling. I've been going up into the heavens. And when this comes back on the replay, you'll see where I mapped out everywhere that I went to get all of this so that I could finally come back and share it with you because you guys work very hard and all I have to do is just travel interdimensionally. The least I could do is come back with the nice diagram and map and share it with you. So this is what your intuition, this is your strength. And we're bridging your strength with some feeling you've been having. So I'm being told that you've had this feeling, but you're not trusting your intuition, or you just need a little push. So I just want to see, what is this thing you've been thinking about? I always want to take the hidden. There, you come. Oh, of course you're a star. Yes. Ah, I love group 7. Okay, so I'm getting a rush of things. Some of you are thinking, am I really a good person? Did I do the right thing? Others of you are thinking, am I good enough to get this opportunity? Do I have the abilities to fulfill the contract I just got offered? Some of you are coming from a place of, does this person really like me? I'm getting a sense that a lot of you are in love with your best friend, and you want to know if it's real or not. And this is the thing they were directing me to. They were saying, you're good at intuition, but this is something you're not sure about. But they're like, you killed the devil, remember? Like, you beat the devil. So why are you doubting your intuition when it comes to something good, when it comes to something enjoyable? And that goes back to the thing of not making your warriorness, or, beating the devil as your identity. Good to see you too, Art of Pain. And I really, really hope that you are resonating with this, because I feel whoever sees this, the intuition has to be such a match, because like you said, I haven't been on for a while. And to even connect while these cards are coming out is a sign. They want me to just show you that. Like, I didn't do that. YouTube didn't do that. You did that. You connected into this. And that's what this is. So that's the same thing that's going to give you this thing you're thinking about. And it's a yes. It's confirmed. Because when we talk about the star, you need to think of a fish hook. In my song, I talk about fishing with my soul, or fishing in my soul. That's what you're doing. In order to catch the fish of your soul, you need to sit there for a while. You need to meditate. And when you're meditating, you are giving. Remember, when we entered the astral realm, we met the angel at the gates, and she had these two. Where is she now? She had these two pictures. And as we entered the gates, she was giving us that holy, divine waters, universal milk, and pouring it into us. Art of Pain says 7 is my divine number. Exactly. That's what I was talking about in the first video. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? That's right. And in the first video, we talk about your past life as a priest, and all of that. But now we're looking into what you're doing currently. So I'm really glad to hear that, Out of Pain. So as you can see here, we've had these pictures where we got this divine wisdom and knowledge poured into us. And remember, the angel asked you, when you leave the astral realm, to keep this inside you. Even if people don't recognize, because all they see is an external layer, you and I know, and everyone in the astral knows, that you have this holy golden power in you. Awesome, Art of Pen. You can stay as long as you want. You are group 7. You can do no wrong in my eyes. You follow, as long as you follow your intuition, you are fine. Anytime. And then you can see these here, and this is what you want, is what I'm getting. So you've got the stuff. Now you want to give. You want to give and be vulnerable about it. You want to share. And up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the sun. We've got our 7 planets up here. So you are under the benediction of all the 7 lights, including Saturn. This is such a beautiful reading. Now, the fishing hook I'm talking about is you want something, so you're going to have to fish for it. You're going to have to sit there and meditate on it the same way you did when you figured out that situation with the devil and you overcame it. It's just that now you're using it for something a lot light-hearted. You're using it for hope. You're using it to renew yourself and your environment. And you're using it to move yourself from your new desires, from your new sense of instincts. And I'm being shown that now you want to embed that into your etheric realm. Because remember, in the beginning, we looked at the physical, the ether, the astral, the mental, and Lumania. So now it's like we're coming out of the astral with these gifts, and you are taking those pictures we had at the gate and you're pouring them back out on the lower gates as we come back down to earth and sharing them. Because when you wake up in the morning or when you go out into your day, that's what you're going to be doing now. To take on all the stuff we've just learned, you're going to be sharing this today. And this is instant manifestation. So you guys know that when you finish this reading, someone's going to call you on your phone. You're going to get a text. You're going to hear a song. Something's going to happen that relates directly to this. And you're being asked to listen and act in that moment so that you create a connection. Because when you act over here, based on something we did over here, you create a bridge. And then you continuously connect it to those realms. So I'm also getting a sign of Aquarius with this. So maybe you are an Aquarius. There's some Aquarian thing, something with the internet. Aquarius rules internet and humanitarianism. So there's a group of people, there's a message coming in. Maybe you have a meetup scheduled or a Zoom meeting. Do it. Go there. Okay. And then let's draw 4 more cards. Oh, I'm being told these people are so nice. They want to give you a package. They're handing you a package. They're saying, for being such a loyal and good servant and son of God and friend to Jesus, here is a package that will help you contain all of this into one image, one thing. So when you think of that, all of it comes rushing back. Ooh, I want to see what that is now. This is nice. What are they going to give you? Oh, because Aquarius is combining water and air. Okay, we'll get there. Art of Pain. I was curious to see what they're giving you. That was my brain when you asked me that question. I was like, I'm holding a card, I'm trying to think, but I just feel like I'm in another place. Okay, you guys are really special because I don't know how you do this, but you managed to get 2 of the worst cards in the best positions ever. Who are you people? I just work here. I'm just the oversoul, okay? I don't know what the intricacies are. No, where's that B? There you go. So how do you guys do this? How do you get the devil in reverse? And they said you beat the devil before that, was coming up. And now you've got this as your symbol to take as your gift. This means you've overcome it. So the devil can never get you and you can never die. They're telling me to tell you, you must always tell people, if they always must say, I'm already dead. When people ask you, why aren't you afraid? Why are you doing this? Why are you taking a chance? You must say, because I'm already dead. Which, if you're in the astral where everybody's already dead, then yeah, you are. So what do you have to fear? Except fear itself. because that's the only thing that can keep you out of your eternal life. You guys are something else. I mean, you are able to move from such a traumatic experience that you had there in the devil card, not only overcoming it, but then you were able to transform and find desire again after all that pain. Do you know that most people just lock up their hearts and they lose that spark? But you guys just always go back to that innocence as if nothing ever, nothing happened. Let me talk about Aquarius because I'm just swimming in your guys' energy and it's so, so good. Oh, I was so reluctant to do group readings for a long time because you just don't know. And I've seen a few and I've seen some really strange things. But in this group 7, I feel spiritually uplifted when I read for you. Oh, Aquarius. Okay, so I have a lot to say about Aquarius. So let's take that segue at the moment while you take in the fact that you just got given eternal life from the astral realm. Okay, who gets that? We do. Um, so you guys, I wrote a song called Aquarius. Yes, Art of Pain says he's mostly air and water in your charts. That's perfect. So this will make sense to you, hopefully. So I wrote a song called Aquarius. It's in the previous video that we did. So it's right underneath. It will be underneath this one, the playlist. And in that song Aquarius, I'm essentially mixing those ideas of air and water, because technically Aquarius is an air sign and the star card is, you know, represented by Aquarius, which is air. However, the star card itself in the traditional Golden Dawn classification is a sword, is more of a sword. So when you look at Aquarius, I want you to think of it as air moving through water for the purposes of cutting through something, for the purposes of clarity. In this case, it's vulnerability is what they wanted over here. So when I say imagine air, because it's the primary element, imagine when we talk about, I'm going to go deep now, so please. I know that Art of Pain gets this stuff. For everyone else, just come with me on this. So when we are talking about the world of manifestation or emanations, we look at the tarot through wands, cups, swords, and pentacles. And each of these suits represent a different world, a different sphere. Now, we went through a diagram of worlds that I gave you, but we also have a diagram that the ancient Jewish mystics gave us. And that's the one we apply to the game of life because it's coded and seeded in everything in reality, from your work schedule to time. So if you use things that are already seeded in reality, they connect you to the astral more, which is why we love the Kabbalah. And so when we look at air, that means we are talking about the world of Yetzirah. I have a video on the 4 worlds of creation. Look in the video thing. It has this picture of an astronaut sitting on the world, and I go through the 4 worlds. So Aquarius comes from the world of Yetzirah, which is the world of formation. So air is information, right? If something is in the process of formation, then it is just information, it's data. And so we can also say that Yetzira corresponds to the ether or the etheric realm where everything's just information, black and white. That's where your animal magnetism is as well, which is why, the star gives us that magnetic feeling. I mean, I'm allowed to show that. Come on, guys. It's the star. So that's where the card is rooted. But now imagine that air moving through water, because water exists in a different realm, which is before Yetzira, and that's the world of creation, because something has to be created before it can be formed. So Aquarius, in this role as water and air, is about taking those waters, or let's say rather the air, because that's the main thing, but then guiding the waters through the purposes of the information so that you manifest a particular state, in this case, vulnerability. So it's almost like using your emotions strategically, not to manipulate others, but like an actor. Not to trick people, but to create connections in a strategic way. That's where I get the connection of Aquarius to both water and air. Because it's like having a Gemini who blurts stuff out randomly, and we love them for that. And then having an Aquarius like Oprah, who, yes, very Gemini person, she talks a lot, but she's very deliberate in what she says. And it always creates an emotional connection. Whereas a Gemini might just come and say something funny. They're very good comedians, whereas Aquarius would be a lot more serious. So in my song that I wrote called Aquarius, it's out now on SoundCloud. Yeah, Art of Pain is Gemini, Sun, Virgo, Moon. Art of Pain, you have all the air. So you have like this, you must be funny and serious. And you probably like switch between the two in conversations, and maybe only people who know you really well understand that you really are very serious. But then you're being funny when you're being funny, and then people who don't know probably get like huh? Did he just say that? They probably think that they're on a TV show when they're around you. Because Geminis are funny. They really can say, yeah, Art of Pain says people never know how to take me. I can definitely see that. But I mean, I know it's coming from that place of vulnerability, of expression, not for the sake of a shock, but for the sake of creating an emotional connection. And that's always amazing. And hello, Sandab, Gua. No, I do free readings here, okay? We don't sell magic on YouTube Live. People can, of course, but we're traveling, we're playing a game. We don't use tarot to read the future. We use it to manifest instantly. Over here, we do Night Game, Astral Reality Gateway. Okay, so this is what they're giving you. I'm being told as long as you go out. Oh, I was talking about the song. Yes, welcome, Sandab Gaur. Sandab Gaur. I hope I said that right. So I was saying about the song. So yes, the song Aquarius is about that. That's what I was thinking when I was putting it together. It's talking about a sad situation and then overcoming it. And then it's in a surf, I was inspired by the Beach Boys, and I live at the beach. So it's very surfy, and that's the kind of airiness of it. But we'll get into that later. Now we want you to take this with you, which is you have been gifted eternal life. So Sandab is asking, so what's for me today? What should I ask? Tell me when you come to me. Absolutely, Sandab. Sandop, actually, you are part of group 7 because these readings are set up so that whoever finds them is in group 7. Which means that when this comes up on the replay, I encourage you to watch it, or you can watch the one that's already there now and then come back to this one, or you can just stay. Like, you are group 7 and you came right at the perfect time. You're here with the Art of Pain, and I'm going to draw 3 more cards, but then I'm still going to stay and I can do a specific thing for you. I'll do it for my group 7s, and that's anyone who's in here. I'll be at your disposal. But first, let me just finish up with your gift. So your gift is eternal life, and they want you to take this as you go into the world. Whenever someone comes up to you, tries to confuse you, whenever you feel overwhelmed maybe by real life on earth, remember that you overcame a very dark time in your life, and the way you overcame it was not through other people helping you, but through your own intuition. And that's what you are going to use from now on out. Oh, that's a nice, thank you, Art of Pain. So yes, Art of Pain says, Sandar, you should hit the like first. Thank you, Sandar. And thank you, Art of Pain. All right, so as you go out into the world, just remember, you've been through places that other people could only dream of, and you made it out. And yes, sometimes you won't get the recognition on earth, but we can see it. Sandop says, sorry, no, you're okay, Sandop. So we can see it, and that's enough. That should be enough. And if it's not, call me and it'll be enough. Okay, so let's look at your... Ooh, I'm being told that this is the thing. This week, they're giving you a task. What's this task you want to give them? I want to let you see. Let's see. Something unexpected. You... Ooh. Okay. Okay. You are saying, this guy's telling me about magic. He's telling me I can have everything I want. But then where's my money? This is you in what I'm getting from the thing. You're saying to yourself, okay, if the spirits want to thank me, they must give me money. So I want money, and this week I'm going to test it with money. Okay, well, there you go. So I'm being told that that's what they're going to give to you. There is something, there's a harshness surrounding money and your energy. In other words, when we talked about you being a priest in your past life, already there's an issue with money, because priests get given free housing, free food, free clothes. They never touch the money. The money's in part of the church. It's a donation. And now you are here in this life in 2025. You see, Sanbar's like, money never comes in real. Well, they're giving you the money this week. They like, this is something that they don't believe in that I'm going to show them. And you watched me pick the card. So they are not playing with you. They are serious. Because here it's telling me there's a harshness towards the thinking of money, because in many spiritual systems, especially thousands of years ago, money is seen as the root of all evil. And now you've reincarnated or continued your life on into here in 2025, and you want to buy the new iPhone. You want to buy that Cybertruck, and it costs money. You're being asked again to remember your intuition, because when you beat that devil over there, you didn't use the traditional weapons to beat the devil. You used your intuition. So in order to get the money, they're telling me that you need to apply that same thing that you've been doing, which is intuition. You are not going to get your money the same way that everybody else gets it. Imagine Mary and Jesus walking and looking for some place to give birth, remember? And everywhere they went, they told them, no, we don't have space. We don't have space. We don't have money. We don't have anything. So where did they give birth? They gave birth in a barn with animals. But who was there? The kings were there. The three wise men were there. So that's what they're saying. They're telling me it doesn't matter if you don't have the actual money. You will still get what you want. They tell me you must just ask for what you want. Don't ask for money because, oh, they're telling me you've been a priest so long, so many times. Sandob is asking, are we all part of the same souls in last births? Yes, if you were in group 7, that means you've had a history of a multitude of lives as a hermit. So you could have been a priest, you could have been a monk on a mountain, you could have been a Catholic, you probably would have come back as multiple different priests or shamans in your community. Absolutely out of pain. I'll still be here if you come back, and if not, then I'll see you in the next one, or just message me after and I'll be there. So people in group 7, because the path number for 7, the spiritual path number, is that path of solitude, that path of being away from society so that you can develop a bridge to the high realms. And now Sandop says, I would have been a distressed monk hitting everyone. I think that frustration you feel now is because this is the first time you are actually living with humans. Maybe your couple of lives before, maybe last 3 or 4, would have been in the normal society. And so, yes, I was saying earlier, group 7 is frustrated with people. Group 7 doesn't really like people because you're not used to being with people. You're used to being on a mountain, getting free food, free clothes, so you can pray. But now all of your prayers are helping you because now you live a good life. All the prayers you did thousands of years ago have brought you here tonight so that you can remember everything you stored up for yourself in the heavens, because the treasure is not here on earth. The treasure is up there and you've been there. So they're just saying, get your treasure. But it's not going to be physical money because it doesn't match your spirit. So if you want to get around it, Sandop says that life would have been a lot better. You see, because you're feeling that homesickness for that life. But what they are saying here is you can have it. And what's even better is you don't have to sit on a mountain. You can be famous, you can be rich, you can dress nice, you can go party, you can do it all. Why? Because you've already paid your karmic debt. You don't have karma. These cards I got tonight, you don't have karma. You beat the devil and you have everlasting life. You've got no karma. So have fun. But they're telling me that this week they want you to ask for something and they'll give it to you as long as you don't ask for money or think about the money of that thing. You can make it as small as a button or as big as a mountain or a mansion. They don't care. As long as you pick something and believe that you'll get it the same way you did it over here. You did it already. 2 of Swords. You have impeccable intuition. You believe things without seeing them. I know you can do it. I can see it. So if you do it again, you will be out of this situation. They want you to use this to prove to yourself that you can do it. Because once you prove to yourself that you don't need anyone or anything, then you'll have it all on earth. Sandob says, what about my love in previous births in this one? Oh yes, we'll get there, Sandob. I just want to draw 2 more cards. Maybe it'll come up because I feel like, oh, maybe that's what it is. Okay, so Sandob, would you, or speaking for group 7, would you say it's easier for you to manifest love than it is to manifest money, physical money? Because I do see that you are able to manifest things. Like people give you things, you don't need things. You just want, I don't know, it seems like you want physical money. But tell me, do you manifest love better, or does love come in easier? And are people devoted to you easier? Because that's the sense I'm getting. And I just want to confirm, let's see. Because this is in the thing that you need to prove to yourself, but now they're telling me this is something that's easy. Sandop says, yeah, of course, but not in realization. It comes, okay. So let's see what it is Group 7 is doing to where you guys have the faith to draw in the love, because then maybe you can use that faith to draw in the money. So let me see what y'all are doing. This. Is this what you're doing? That one. Yes. You use energy. You use energy. You meditate a lot. Do you listen? You listen to stuff. You listen to tapes. You listen to sounds. I'm seeing you listening to like mind control. You mind control yourself. That's how you do it. You convince yourself. Stand up, is this true? I'm seeing that movie where the guy is sitting in front of a TV screen, a big movie screen, and a Clockwork Orange. I am leading this group 7 thing alone. That's typically a monk thing, all alone against mountains, still calm. Sandop says, yes. So that's that meditation. Because this is thinking, energy. You use energy and you've proven it to yourself because you have manifested stuff before. And I'm seeing that what you manifest is the actual thing rather than the money. And what you manifest as well is opportunities. And I'm seeing that opportunities for you often come at the same time. So if I'm seeing someone applying for a job and then they get nothing, and then in 3 days they get 15 phone calls, to the point where you ask yourself, is everyone in on this? I'm getting that show where the guy is Pepe Silva and he's like trying to figure out how is this happening? But that's what I'm getting. You'll go through a dry spell where nothing happens, and then all of a sudden, everything happens at once. That's the same thing with the money. The difference is when you're doing it over here. Okay, so Sandbar, good night. He says, see you someday as Group 7 person. 12 November 2025. Bye, good night. Sandob, please come back and watch the other videos coming. I appreciate you so much. You are amazing and I love you. And remember, you can do anything and you have all the gifts of the universe inside you. Have a good night. Okay, so this is something that you guys can do. We're going to draw one more card after this. But I want to focus on these two. This is what you got coming out of this astral realm. And then you here on earth saying, okay, well, I want to test it. I want to prove it on something I've never done, which is this, making the money. And then here they said you've already done it before, but on something that's more of an opportunity. So I'm getting that for here, you want it to be material. And I'm going to draw one more card, and this card is going to tell you exactly what to do right after this to make these energies blend into these energies and integrate so that you become the star. So show us, what are they gonna do? Let's get a good one. Oh, I haven't gone this far yet. What's here? Let's see. Okay. My gosh. Group 7, I love you. Can I marry Group 7? Am I allowed? You need to fall in love. Oh, this is so beautiful. No one gets good cards like this except you. Do you know how in private life, I read for people for money, but not online. But I mean, and they don't get cards like this. Oh, yes, stand up. I've got carried away. This is the lovers. This is the lovers. This is the one thing they want you to do to prove all of this. They're saying, go fall in love. You like someone. I'm being told that you like someone. It's coming up again. You need to tell them. Okay, hang on, because spirit, I disagree. Okay, sometimes I disagree with the spirit. Because I would say, don't tell them. I know, Sandop, because you're creating reality. That's why I'm saying on this night game, we don't do like the other people. We do magic here. Okay, we playing magic games here. And you saw I was like, I don't know where to go. And I just went there, calling me. And that's, yeah, like you need to fall in love. And I'm being told you like someone or you love someone. And I was going to say, exactly. Stand up says, I literally joked, pull the lovers, and it came. Just like money. You see, you didn't have a big expectation. You were just like, yeah, how's my love gonna be? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it after this. You pulled it into this reality. Do you know how powerful that is? You pulled your life into this. You are making reality live. Literally, we're live. 11:11. Well, 12 if you're somewhere else and other places. So stand up. If you can do that, what you just did, you can get the money. It's literally just been proven. That's what I love about this night game. It always proves itself instantly. We don't wait. We think of it and then we have it. And you have that. Who can stop you? Who can stop you if you can do what you just did? And I do this and I never see this with other people. Sandhob is like, cool, let me get sleep because Wade things coming true. Good night. It's 12 here, early morning. Absolutely. Have a wonderful night, Sandhob. Go and I'll see you again and have beautiful dreams. But let's go back and tell the person you love them. You're going to have to tell them. I was going to be like, well, hold on, Spirit. Is that a good idea to just tell people? Why don't they rather just act like drop some hints? But I'm being shown that use your intuition, not like blurt it out and tell them like, I love you. But, look at this. It's blessed. It's a blessed union. You've got this guy in the middle, or girl, and you've got your two paths. Now, for me, the lovers is more, it represents Venus. There's Cupid putting the arrow to you. Sandov says she knows well, just confused. Yes, because she's confused because of you. You are confused because you don't know if you want a good girl or if you want a bad girl. And either way, you're in love and you can have whatever you want, but you need to decide, what do you want? Because I'm getting a sense of, because of the things you've been through, this came out in the other reading as well. It's that you don't believe you can have love and money. There's a belief that if you choose love, then you won't be able to focus on money. And if you choose money, then you won't be able to focus on love. Sandov says, I'm a Virgo, by the way. Perfect. So you are very good at being committed and dedicated to a path. As long as you believe in it, then it's easy for you to do. So when you decide what you want, whether you want the good girl or the good boy or the bad girl or good life, the dichotomy, that's not really a dichotomy. When you decide, then you'll be able to stick to it. And when you stick to it, your intuition will guide you. And when your intuition guides you, you will get it, as you always do. And the thing with this card, I just want to talk about how Venus is represented by the number 6, and Venus is the lovers, and you can see Cupid up there giving us this. But Venus also deals with not open enemies, but like war, not war, but you know how when you like someone and you know everything about them and you can use that against them when you are upset with them? That's the kind of fear I'm sensing from you guys. It's not the fear of actually falling in love, it's the fear of what happens afterwards. It's a fear of, is it safe, or is it just a vehicle for me to feel what I want to feel? And I'm being told to direct you to the fact that it is safe because it's coming from above. It's not like you are being influenced from undue realms. Nothing can be bad if it's coming from here. And since you have been given everything by the universe, they don't care if you choose a good girl or a bad girl, or a good boy or a bad boy, because you, like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like you are so good, you can't do bad. Like your bad is equivalent to 0.00001% of the 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 baddest bad. Does that make sense? Like there are people out here doing human sacrifices, and all you do is love people. So, your version of things is a little extreme. It's like you were born a monk, okay? You were taken out of society to go train in spiritualism. So, of course, you think that you take things very extreme. But I'm being told, look, just fall in love. There's someone that you already like. Use your intuition to bring that connection to fruition. When I say tell them, maybe I'm being a little glib. I mean that's what I'm getting at. Like tell them, and I don't know why, but that scares me. But having seen what I've seen, and maybe I'm just picking up your fear, but having seen what I've seen, I don't see it going wrong. I only see you possibly just being like over it because of overthinking, or you want to protect the person so then you don't want to do it. But I mean, there's nothing, you can go either way here, because you're never going to date like a human sacrificer. So you probably, this is like someone who smokes. That's your idea of bad. Oh, she smokes. Should I pick the one who smokes or the one who bakes cookies? Like pick whichever. It's okay. Oh, I just want to get something to. Looking at this here. I want you to think of a nail. You know how, yes, your intuition, I want you to think of your intuition as a nail, and I want you to think of you as a piece of board and the other person as a piece of board. And your intuition is the nail that's going to hold you two together. And that nail is, I don't want to say it's the love itself, but it's not love itself, it's the thing that cuts through all of the self-talk you have. Or I call it the galaxy static. Because, you know, if these two are not close together and held together by that nail, then, you know, when a nail is not fully in, you can move the pieces of wood around. But when it's fully together, nothing can come in between, and they're just solid. They don't move. So that nail comes from your ability in those two of swords to cut through any of the doubts that you have. Because I thought this was a sword at the beginning, but it's just lining. But it's giving me that impression of your intuition just cuts through. And it allows you to make the right choice. Because there is a choice here. I'm getting like, who do I pick? Do I tell the person I like that I like them, or do I just wait for it to happen naturally? All of that, they just said, they must follow their intuition and don't listen to me even. Yeah, because you're gonna have, even when I felt that, when I was like, no, don't do it. Because I was reacting from, what I would do. I wouldn't tell them. I'm like, are you kidding? But they are literally saying, don't even listen to me. Don't listen to any readers. You have to follow your intuition, because this is a direct pathway from understanding to complete integration without having to go through any of the pain or any of the rush. You know, like sometimes when you fall in love, there's this big rush. This is just straight to sureness, certainty. And so beautiful. Their advice, the last thing on earth here is focus on falling in love. Everything you do, as Hilary Duff said, just do it with love. Just do it with love. Yeah, where did that come from? And again, yes, just cut through this. I keep getting swords. Remember the last reading, we got this huge sword. And again, with this one, I'm seeing you being a soldier of love. And I'm being told you can reframe your whole thing. Instead of saying, oh, I've been through so much, I've been fighting so much evil in the world, you can reframe and say, the reason I was fighting so much is because I was protecting l'amour de toi. I was protecting love because I'm a soldier of love. And that way I'm being shown that you will have less of like a stress response when you see evil. Because look, you have all your gifts and everything, but you're still going to run into ignorant people. You're still going to run into people living in the darkness. It's just that now you're going to pour out your water to them that you got from the emperor, from the star, and you're going to give them your patience, because these planets and the whole of reality is going to be taking the load for you. Remember, we saw that 7 somewhere. These people they're fighting for you. So you don't need to worry about anything except just being like cool and falling in love. Like, I see you going to buy coffee and you're actually going to flirt this time. I see you standing in the line at Starbucks doing like an eye movement flirty thing. And I think that's cool. Group 7, we just went past the 3-hour mark. The power of 3 will set us free. As always, this has been an amazing, amazing game that we played tonight. You have no idea how honored I am to read for you and to share my gifts and abilities from Cygnus star constellation with you. The fact that I came all the way from there to here has been worth it. Just to meet you. Because I understand how difficult it is to be on Earth. Because I was sent here to investigate ways in which the difficulty could be made less difficult, lighten the load. And when I first came here, I was just amazed that you guys, humans in general, had lasted this long under these conditions in this planet where nobody knows what's going on. I mean, I don't know how people can survive not knowing that they live in a theta realm. The scientists literally tell them that the Earth is 7.8 hertz Schumann resonance. Do you know what that does to your brain? And the fact that people just live like that, not knowing, astounds me, and I find humans to be extremely brave. But then to have people like you, Group 7, in this world, people who are closer to us in the higher realms, having to live here 24/7, you are a breed of your own class. You remind me of the Elohim, the 7 lights. You remind me of the elders who created all of this. Because you are here not fully enjoying yourselves, but doing the hard work for others. People you'll never know. That shows a form of loyalty that is inevitably going to pay off. And the cards I just saw, it's paying off. You're rich. In spirit, in love, and in comfort. Let go of the idea of having cash in your bank account and start to embrace the idea of being a member of a different realm. You have a passport now. You have an entryway through the gates of the astral realm. That was our whole intention with this reading, and we did it. We saw the angels. We saw your gifts. We met them. Like, dude, we got major arcanas at all the major spots. We were at the gateways. And then we closed off with the lovers, Venus. You know how we do with Venus on this channel. Go to my About section and click on the Cult of Venus. It will take you to the Instagram. So you guys are so tuned in, which is why it's so easy for me to work with you. And like I said, I am 3.5.7. So it makes sense that I would vibrate naturally with this group on Earth because you are the closest vibration to where I come from. And I've never seen this before. So I can only imagine that if I'm feeling like this, then the things that are coming, that are in store for you, you are going to love it. I don't think you're ready. I don't think you know how amazing and abundant this all is. Yeah. They want me to tell you about money. Okay, I'll tell them. Okay, so money is actually blood money. It's something that was invented to pay for someone's life. If, someone was hurt by accident or someone did damages to your family in the way of taking away a contributing member of your family. So now you've got no one to go till the soil or work on the farms. They had to pay you blood money. And the reason they did this was because they didn't want to start a war. Because now every time something like that happened, they had to get vengeance and they had to honor unalivings. And they wanted to stop that. So they said, let's invent money. Money was not invented because of trading. That's just BS they tell you on Earth to waste your time so that you don't know what Group 7 knows. All the other people, they believe all that's for them. For us, we know that's not true because we've lived here thousands of years. So money was invented to absolve people of responsibility and or to stop wars from breaking out. So as a priest, if you had to touch money, you were dirty yourself because it's connected to a dirty thing. Now, obviously, I'm not saying money is dirty. I'm saying these are the thought patterns, the egregores, remember we talked about, that you come from. So they're not, if you come from, for example, a Cain egregore, then yes, you can have money, you can do evil stuff, but then you'll burn in hell. You know what I mean? It's like you got to take your lane, stick in your lane, and your lane is not that. Your lane is letting the universe provide for you because of everything you've provided. It's like when you go to someone's house and you try and like make yourself a cup of tea and they get offended because it's like, well, it's my house. I'm going to make you the cup of tea. You're my guest. I want to take care of you. That's what this is for Group 7. Everyone else must go do everything. But you're different. You get served by the world because you served already. You are the Dharma group. You're the group who gets to sit back and eat popcorn. You're the group who can do whatever you want. You're the group that the pestilence will not hit you. Although 5,000 fall at your side and 10,000 at your right side, left, it shall not come to pass near you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. All of those things are about Group 7. So when will you accept that? When will you take what's been given? You literally got everlasting life. And when I ask them, okay, what should you do? They're like, go fall in love. Dude, you don't have to go work. You don't have to go do thinking. You don't have to go, you just have to go fall in love. Yeah, they're like, yeah, go be hot and fall in love. Just go live like you are that guy or that girl. And then, yeah, it'll come together. So you've got the backing in the ether of Venus. So well done, you. And that means you have a direct path from whatever you conceive to feeling it. So think of the lover you want, and then you'll feel it. And conceive, like make it come real. I'm also being shown that you need to define what the perfect person is for you. Because this whole like there is no choice really. You know who you want. I'm getting a sense that you know. I don't know, but there's someone you know. You like someone you already know, or someone you know already likes you and you're not sure. It just keeps coming back. And they're saying just make the choice in your mind and it'll come. Make the choice in your mind. Make the choice in your mind. Yeah. That's the biggest thing. Let me write that down. It's a good quote. Make the choice in your mind. I like to keep a little notepad. Make the choice in your mind, and it will be yours. Make the choice in your mind, and it will be yours to find. Make the choice in your mind, and it will be yours to find. Because you don't search, you find. Okay. Venus, they always come through with some good tips. Make the choice in your mind, it'll be yours to find, and it will be yours to find. So you can say that once. We don't do chance here. And just use it as a focusing tool. Make the choice in your mind and it will be yours to find. I like that. So Venus wants you to decide, because that's where your intuition's coming from. You have massive swords, so your mind is sharp. So you decide who you want, even if it's someone you don't know. Make the person up. Go to Google, download pictures, make a mood board, make a vision board, take pictures of people in public. With your mind, like if you see someone at the shop, be like, oh yeah, I can see myself with her. I can see her pushing the trolley while I go get the milk. Like make the choice in your mind, and it will be yours to find. Don't search, find. And you can only find, like when you're on Google, you can only find something if you're typing, if you know what to type. So make the choice first, then you can use Google, which you've been given. So please use it, because you're not gonna lose it. So it's like, when you dating someone and you just so much into their energy, you don't want to go. Like on a date, that's how I feel. I don't want to go. I want to stay with you guys forever. Okay. See you guys next time. This has been an awesome 11/11 experience. As always, we thank you for your faith and belief and love, because without it, we would not exist. Don't forget to click the link in the description to listen to the music, which has been designed to carry you to the astral realm. And it's a whole bunch of love songs. So I highly recommend listening to those while visualizing and just seeing what happens. and then come back and tell me. Group 7, see you next time. Good night. I love you so much.